London today to show you our special Dr. Hauschka shop, the home of Dr. Hauschka in the UK. And to get to the shop, we're going in some very special transport. And we've painted this cab pink for a very special reason. And while we're on the journey, I'll explain to you why. So this is the story of the pink revolution, not perhaps the pink revolution you're thinking of, the agricultural pink revolution. Now, agriculture was transformed 100 years ago. It became an industry. Chemicals, insecticides, fertilizers and pesticides began to be applied, and this was radically changed the face of agriculture, and it was given a name. It was called the Green Revolution. And the problem with it is those chemicals, they start to run out. So as they start to run out, what are we going to do? 100 years ago, starvation was a major threat, and it is again now. Those chemicals, they won't go on forever. We're using up the resources of the earth. It's not sustainable. So an alternative does exist, of course, organic growing. And 100 years ago, same sort of time frame, biodynamic agriculture was invented. Biodynamic growing is the technique used for the Dr. Hauschka products. The growth of Dr. Hauschka in the last 10 years has been incredible. Around the world, these products have changed the face of skincare, but they've also changed the face of agriculture, because we don't make our ingredients in a laboratory. We make them on the field. And of course, we need the highest quality ingredients. That means we have to go to the places where those ingredients grow best. And for our rose essential oil, which is a critical part of the Dr. Hauschka range, the core range, that essential oil has to be grown in a hot country, hot and dry. Very challenging growing conditions, the sort of conditions where you need biodynamics to get the best crop, to get a reliable crop. That's where we've been working in Iran, Turkey, Romania. As Dr. Hauschka has become more successful, more and more acres of roses have been planted. And when you look across those fields of pink roses, it catches your breath and you think, that's the pink revolution. Biodynamics is an agricultural system that's sustainable. So the farm uses all the resources it needs from its local area, and it self-replenishes. It doesn't need inputs from outside, and it goes on year after year, making the land more fertile and more usable as it goes. And it's better for the people there too. How something is grown has a big impact on the world. And in this consumer society, there is actually more control than we would have thought in the hands of the consumers, because the things the consumers choose to buy and use get made again, and the things they don't buy and don't use, they don't get made again. So when somebody chooses Dr. Hauschka, maybe the rose cream or something like that, they're actually making a positive choice for themselves. Otherwise there's no point, because it's got to look after you, but also for the world, because of the way we grow the ingredients. Our products aren't made in an industrial process where you pump oil in one end and get out through fractional distillation and who knows what other processes, ingredients at the other end. Our products are grown in fields, and they're harvested, and then they're processed, cleaned, filtered, brought to the factory, and then they're mixed together. The highest quality, made with incredible care. So I just want to say a few things about biodynamics, because what does that really mean? Well, it's an organic form of agriculture, but there's a few differences. What it's focused on is the living organisms of the soil, because that's where the nutrition for the plants comes from. It's really simple. It's the food web, the web of life. Tiny, tiny organisms, and billions of them live in the soil. You could really say, in a healthy soil, that it's alive. Biodynamic techniques encourage those organisms, makes the environment for them more harmonious, and they become more productive and more active, and there's more of them, more different kinds. So you've got something balanced. That helps with pests, that helps with diseases, keeping things in balance. So we do three things. First of all, We have preparations that we apply to the compost when we make it. That compost is like intensive life tonic, and it's spread on the fields. Biodynamic agriculture, we do not spread raw farmyard manure. We compost it first. The second difference is sprays that we spray onto the land, herbal sprays. These are made naturally over winter on the farm, and these sprays, they activate the life processes in the soil, help the plants to get better moisture and better warmth, to bring balance, to help the plants with the weather, to help them with whatever the weather is throwing them out. And the third thing, of course, which is more famous perhaps because of the discovery that if you sell wine on a fruit day, you'll sell more of it, we plant in tune with the moon. So planting in tune with the moon. Now, nature's full of rhythms. We have them in our daily life. And this rhythm of the plants through the year, warmth in the summer, cool in the winter, dying back, growing again, those main rhythms are underlain by more subtle rhythms that you can pick up if you watch carefully. Some days are really strong for the roots, some for the leaves, some for the flowers, and some for the seeds. And when you plant in tune with the moon, you get a little extra edge, a little better quality product, and a little bit more of it. Driving through London is hard to imagine. The countryside and the plants, but they're still there. Those rhythms of nature, we have those rhythms too. And that's how Dr. Hauschka works, of course. Even if you don't apply the products, even if you just do the cleansing routine with water, your skin will improve. That rhythmical application technique is boosted by the products, by those rhythmically produced products. So our motto as rhythm is the carrier of life. And we are alive. We're living beings. We aren't machines. When we work with our bodies in a rhythmical way, we feel stronger and healthier. When you feel run down, there's no rhythm. When you can't find a rhythm in your life, it's exhausting. The secret of Dr. Hauschka is not a secret. It's just that we've noticed. It's all about rhythm. How we grow the plants, how we process them, and how we apply the products. So here we are at the Dr. Hauschka store. So the Dr. Hauschka store is important to us because it's our chance to really talk to people in depth. Because Dr. Hauschka does things differently, and we need to explain why. It always comes out of how our body works, how our skin works, the rhythms, and working with those rhythms so that everything is in harmony and you glow. Want the inner beauty to shine out. So the guys in the store have been extensively trained over many years, and they're the experts. And they're here anytime you want to come and talk. So here we are in the store, and the first person I'd like to introduce to you is Paul Esselmont. Hello, Paul.
Hello.
So you're standing behind our Vote for Water feature, but it's more than just a display, isn't it? Can you tell us about it?
Working with the client, getting the client to understand why we use our cleansing cream, why it's a little bit different, the technique and how to use the cleansing cream, and together we go through steps to get the clever cleansing routine that we're famous for.
And we actually do it here, don't we?
We do it here, yes we do.
And then what do you do after that?
Afterwards we then move and have a mini makeover.
So we've just been doing makeup at London Fashion Week. We sponsored the Louise Armstrong's show, and also really the Dr. Houshka cab, but every day you're working with people's makeup. Paul, what do you do?
On a daily basis, most of my clients want to achieve a very natural, everyday look. But because Dr. Houshka is a 100% natural, mineral-based makeup range, you can, if you want to achieve that more dramatic evening look, smoky eye, more drama in the makeup, you can achieve it without compromising on your skincare.
Which do you prefer?
I think it's always better to be a bit more creative.
So you like somebody who's looking for something a bit more edgy?
Yes.
But you don't mind?
Don't mind.
So here we are in Dr. Houshka treatment room, very special space, quiet, sanctuary, and this harmonious room is the home of Felicity Robertson. Hello, Felicity.
Hello.
And what's your most popular treatment?
The classic 2-hour Dr. Houshka treatment is definitely my most popular. After that, I'd say the facial firming treatment is a popular one, where people can come and have maybe facial gymnastics. They can spend an hour with me having that, or they can have the 2-hour facial firming treatment, or they can have it all together and have a whole afternoon or whole morning.
That sounds really, really good. I heard the Dr. Houshka treatment described as a mind, body and spirit pamper fest. And also that, you know, after 2 hours with Dr. Houshka you don't need to go on holiday.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that?
Yes, definitely, yeah. Having a 2-hour Dr. Houshka treatment is similar to a nice relaxing week. I've heard week treatment, a week holiday, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Well, look, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I'd like to introduce you to Elaine Robinson. Hello, Elaine.
Hello,
Hello.
Sebastian.
Elaine is our education manager for the Dr. Houshka brand in the UK. She looks after the training of the estheticians, also all of the staff in all of the shops that sell Dr. Houshka. She organises them and she actually does the training too. She is one of the key gurus in the world. She actually does English language training in Germany as well. So Elaine not only looks after education, but she looks after the store. That's how important the store is to us. So, Elaine, what is your vision for the store?
What I really want is for our clients to experience the best possible customer service and sort of the best experience. So they come and get the great advice, and also they learn how to look after their skin and take responsibility for what they're doing once they leave the store. So that's through our workshops, they have mini makeovers, and obviously most importantly that's through using our Dr. Houshka skincare products.
So actually, what are the services that you have here?
Well, what we offer is our comfortable skin workshops. Obviously we can give skin consultations and advice, but very importantly we also offer our Dr. Houshka treatments. So we have a wide range of different treatments which really look after the sort of the health and well-being of the client.
And I've worked with you, Elaine, actually on our farm volunteer days, and we talk about rhythm there a lot. Can you explain what the sound of water flowing in the background is?
Right, well you can probably hear it as we sort of speak now. I mean it's ebbing and flowing, and that's really what's happening with our skin. It's not something that's sort of tick-tock, not like a metronome, it's rhythm. So we have all of the rhythms around us, you know, the light and dark, the stillness, the movement, the warmth and the cool. These are all rhythms that sort of are in nature, and we are all part of that.
And one of those rhythms was stillness and movement.
Yes.
And we've got the water flowing in the background there with some movement, and also in its sound you can feel the stillness. But of course outside that door is London, and downstairs is a room of great tranquility.
Yes, absolutely. It's an absolute, I mean the whole store is an oasis of tranquility. So from the moment that you walk through the door, then your experience begins.